Spin track one. The title of this is The Junkie and The Harlot. This is the story of a junkie who was a lawyer and a harlot who was a social worker. The junkie's name is Lady Justice and the harlot's Lady Liberty. Now one day, Lady Justice took the crack from the Liberty Bell and waited on the scales of justice. Then she held up the scale and eyed the weight and said to herself, grams, grams, and more grams. Damn, how happy I am, being chick. Then she lit it and she smoked it. Now she was so high off of the crack blast bell bowl that she had lost all control. And you can see the intense redness of her eyes, the white residue on the scales, her blue veins collapsing from the excess of use and abuse of needles and heroin, stars and bars and stripes she sees. And sometimes she hangs out at this white crack house in D.C. with these powerful and powder-addicted politicians. White House white coke gets them so high that it induces and increases their paranoia to the point where they want to destroy you. So they wage war against the world, and that's global oppression. She's hanging out the block bullies. Oh, Congress is in session, and they have all of the money. What? We're in a recession? And they have the biggest guns, so they'll teach everyone a lesson by force and aggression. And being that they were compelled by greed, they surely wanted more. So one day they got Lady Justice so high on crack that she couldn't see Jack, only Jet Jones black. And Lady Justice might be blind, as is justice in theory, but in the darkness all you can see is black. So she became nervous, paranoid, and self-conscious, and not saying the word but still obnoxious. And she was higher than a research monkey. This you can see in her eyes. The order to the court is called and she needs to go inside. And those in her presence said, lady, you look high, and don't put on these shades because you won't look fly. So they tied up a blindfold over her eyes. And she didn't resist or disagree, but in the back of her mind she wished she would have stuck with the weed, being chick. Then they spun around in a circle like topsy-turvy and rushed in the courtroom like fast in a hurry in front of the judge and the unsuspecting jury. Now, if you're able to read between the lines that she snipped and smoked up, there should be no mystery as to why most of us locked up. She's a dope fiend, crack-headed, weeded out junkie in the arena of crooked politicians. She supports her jails' habits by filling jail cells and prison cells, while her friends increase their revenue from cocaine and illegal arms sales. And the more that she gets spent, the less reasonable is her judgment, because her mind stays bent with criminal intent. Now, Lady Justice has another friend, you see. She's a social worker in the heart, and her name is Lady Liberty, and she'll let you knock her down for a little or no fee. And she'll call all bluffs because she's got the best love if she's brave enough. And there's a rumor circulating that she's got the best love, but the best love in the end always falls short of impressive. When it begins to be subjective and oppressive, you see her prostitution is justified by a biased constitution which catch-22 solutions strived and agreed upon by a bogus institution. The wicked harlot parades torches and light is always lit and lights the crack pipes of society and symbolizes the burning sensation of gonorrhea. Her sexual activities are performed unprotected, and she's bisexual, so men and women are equally infected. Wicked harlot, she infamously said, give me your tired and you're hungry and you're broken, you're lonely. Now they're tired of expired and expired and some are just burned out. And those she fed from her bed and completely turned out from being slowly churned like butter. Now overlooked and frowned upon like rubbish in the gutter. For the broken and the lonely are the homeless, all victims of invalidated pipe dreams, broken promises and idle pleasures. But they all keep coming back because her sex is so addictive. For her cries from orgasm is a drug, and she says, as I die slowly, it's killing you softly. As I die slowly, it's killing you softly. Like the weeping strum of a guitar, she passes AIDS, HIV, and STDs. This is how she works in society, the wicked harlot, the social worker. So analyze the relationship of the dope fiend chick and the wicked harlot, who they work for, with and against, and where you fit in the scheme of things. Refrain and abstain and maintain and never change and keep doing things the same, because ignorance died with Eve. Knowledge, ignorance, or believe. Open your eyes so as not to be deceived by the smoke and mirrors and the dog and pony show, because ignorance isn't bliss when you really need to know. Peace. Mary had a little lamb, and then the recession hit. Mary got hungry. So Mary had a little lamb and some peas and some carrots and some rice. You understand? Okay.